I lost about 3 different screws down the center tunnel. This better freaking go in. I'm gonna murder someone. I broke this off, so I gotta take the whole door card off. I don't have this on right. That was like a giant Lego set, only if Lego made you hate yourself. I am thrilled that a Bentley Arnage will be coming into my life.
This is the biggest dice roll yet.
Looks like it's coolant coming out. Bye-bye Bentley. This might be here for a while. Just a matter of matching the wires. This thing is such a hoopty.
This car is so like poop.
It is not like poop. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we got the Bentley in sort of running condition, it hasn't broken down a little bit, we are going to address the beauty and cosmetic. We're gonna try paint correcting. We are going to have the wood trim replaced, which ended up being a very long project. I lost about 3 different screws down the center tunnel. I will say it's straining me on the side of the road after it ran out of gas. Gonna be falling a little bit out of love with it. This sucks. This sucks. Flashing check engine light. That's great. Oh. All right, the moment I've been waiting for is here. The wood trim is done. And it came out so, so pretty. It's almost hard to do it justice over the camera, but each piece was sanded and re-veneered and polished and fixed, so they're all just perfect, perfect, perfect. This was 2 months of work. It would have been a little less, but unfortunately the guy got sick, but came out really, really great, and same with all the other like minor trim pieces. It's also crazy, you know, my 95 Ford Explorer had like 3 dash pieces total that were like stick on. This is with the tray tables, it's like 20 pieces, so just a lot of wood here, but super, super happy with how it came out. Now I have to remember how all this goes back together. I did just throw in 1 piece, and oh, that looks so much better, especially when you consider I've been driving around like this for the last month. So from that to this, dang girl, we fine. So this shifter unscrews with 2 bolts, and that'll help this pop out. This has been so annoying not to have this sturdy in place. And then this piece I did not have refinished because I couldn't get it out. And my friend Kevin was teasing me about it, as of others. I'm gonna have to figure out how that works too, but I just wanna see if I totally screwed myself or not. I think they're pretty close. I'm really struggling here to figure out where everything goes, but with this thing, there's 2 screws holding on these buttons on either side, and then this had a bracket so that we get that back together. And with the knob off, this should slide on like so. And then these screw on to kind of hold it in place. All right, these are tightened in. This is the big boy. This piece is why I ripped the radio out. It just opens up like so, but pretty easy to snag on that, but that should get us 1 step closer. And these screws at the bottom means this piece needs to come out again. So back to the drawing board. All right, I can't tell you how many times I did that over and over again, because you got to do them in a certain order. So if I tried to put this piece in before that piece was screwed in, and so on. So I lost about 3 different screws down the center tunnel, and that was like a giant Lego set, only if Lego made you hate yourself. So not fun, but it's done, and it looks really, really nice. So with all those screws out, all right, so we're just tightening all of these. It should be lined up pretty nicely, but here's the satisfying part. This better freaking go in. I'm gonna murder someone. Here's a little, so much harder to do this one-handed. Ooh la la. 1 more piece to go. And then this just screws in, which is really nice and easy. Oh boy, it is all done. That wood is absolutely beautiful. I just wiped down the interior too. I got to do the windows, but just look at that. So it was all cracked before, faded, and it was missing chunks. You can just see here, it is beautiful, consistent, and there's just a lot of wood in here. I actually missed this piece too, but you can't tell the difference, but holy moly, just opulent. Let's see if we can't give a better angle here. Straight down the middle, wood everywhere. I think my doors are the favorite part, and this probably gives the light better too. That interior almost has hints of brown from certain angles, but that red on the dark burl wood is just so elegant. All right, so for this one, I broke this off, so I gotta take the whole dark door card off and back together again and try to get it situated. So basically it has to go over these. I don't have this on right. This one piece of trim on the door is turning into a 2-hour project. So this project continues. It's the bummer, and again, I don't blame the guy. I'm sorry he got sick, but when it takes 2 months to do this, you kind of forget how it all goes back together. Then also it being a 23-year-old hoopy, things are just a little fragile. So you're gonna break stuff. And also, as we've learned, I don't have the most delicate touch either. So onward and upward, we're gonna keep working at this. All right, and we're finally back on to the worst door ever. I got to still screw it together, but the door locks work, which is what I was worried about since this fell off and into the truck. And I think I got all the gaps right here and down here. So the worst Lego set ever continues. Last piece in the rear, let's hope this is easier. I believe all that happens here is for the drink holder. This should pop on like so. Beautiful. Got it. And then this, I don't see any screws on the back of it, so these little knobs are actually functional. So I'm going to take these out and hopefully that'll get me the rest of the way here. And I screwed everything back into where it came from, just because that would help me remember where things go. All right, and that just goes right back into place. And then to hold it in, we screw in these. And all set back here too, and this wood is so, so pretty. Gonna fix this, super glue, but it'll just glue back in. Much better. I think we're restoring all the things we messed up in the last episode, which is good. And next up is the paint correction, which I'm really not looking forward to because this has got a lot of swirls and a lot of paint. We're gonna start with the flat top and a microfiber towel. Let's see if I can that's really bad marring there. But the whole hood and car for that matter, but especially the hood, is just, see if my finger will help it. There you go. Just so badly swirled. So I don't know if it's a coin operated car wash or what. I've got it very clean. I mean, you can see how well it reflects, but the closer you get, the nastier it gets. So we're gonna try this for a little bit, and then I might take it to a professional if I can't get it looking good. But we are way over on budget, so if I could do it myself, all the better. All right, I think we did pretty good here. There's still, you can still see that scratch a little bit when you look, but by and large, a lot of the swirls are gone. Let's see here. I'll do this, I'll do this. Woo! I'd say that pops a lot better. You can get a lot of the metallic flake. Again, not perfect, but that's why detailers get big bucks. But you can see, if you watch the lights, looks really good. If you watch the lights over on this side, all the swirls and such. So I think if I spend a little more time on this, I can do it. And the hood's definitely the worst panel in terms of the damage, which makes sense. It's a flat pedal on top. So I'll keep playing with this a little bit. I had to do 2 steps because there's still a lot of swirls. So we're doing super finish for the final step with the foam pad. And if you think this is beautiful, that's because it is. But it ain't a mirror, baby, it's my car. It turned out real, real good. All right, and the paint correction's all done. I did another stage on the hood to get those remaining swirls out. Now that looks freaking amazing. And the whole car did. The glass, the chrome, the bright work. You know, there's still a little paint missing here on the edges, so I had to be careful on some of this, but I mean, you can just see even in the video, you look at the light, you know, a little imperfections here and there, but I think I knocked 10, 15 years off the car. It definitely looks more purpley and it pops really, really good. I got to do the ceramic coating next. So that'll be the final stage there, but I'm exhausted and sweating. And so I want to just let it cool off. I will then do one more wash, decontamination, and then ceramic coat it. So the end is near. I'm going to try something new because usually after you wax a car, it's all covered in the gunk and the crevices and the leftover wax that you can't get no matter how many times you try. So this is supposed to strip it all. I'm gonna wash it in this before ceramic coating it to see if that saves me a little time and effort and comes out better. All right, we're gonna ceramic coat the whole car, but I couldn't wait to start on this. Look at how faded it is. It also looks like someone touched that up or something, but I think this alone is gonna make a huge difference. The armpits of the car are the sort of weird dressing items, but it's my favorite. So we'll just keep add it with this. And let's see here, right where that touch-up paint is, it goes from being like really bad looking to pretty good. I'll buff off the extra. All right, and there it is after I've buffed it off, and there's the before. So yuck, yum, yuck, yumma. There we are with the whole thing done. It took all of 3 minutes and much better. So on to do the rest of the car here. You can see how the paint correction also turned out. I was gonna have a professional do it. I'm glad I did it myself. Maybe not quite as good, but I just can't justify going deeper on this bad boy. So let's just keep at it. There's really not much else plastic trim wise to even touch up here. So I'm using the Deluxe, which is meant for wheels and plastics, but I don't see any more plastic. So I think we're onto the good stuff. All right, I take that back. One more plastic part. And that's the taillight lenses and the headlight lenses. So we did those. And I figured while I was at it, also did my watch, which is plastic. So Seacourt Deluxe done. Now the rest of the car. All right, ceramic coating is done though. And I'm pretty pleased with how this all turned out. The reflection is mirror-like. The lights are helping here, but pretty cool. I'm now just gonna do one last pass to make sure I didn't miss any parts that need to be in there, but I mean, just the gloss, this purple color is very cool. And look at those lights just shine. I did the glass too. The one part I didn't do is the wheels yet. I wanna try to find new ways to polish them. The paint missing back here, maybe it made it a little bit better, but in an ideal world, we'll get that resprayed. But given sort of where I'm at with the budget, I think really the only thing left to do, there's a few minor dents that I should have a PDR guy come out for like a couple $100 and go pop them out. Let's see if we can find them here. One right there, right there. Not a big deal, but I'd say it's a solid 8 or 9 out of 10 now in terms of how it looks, and was probably a 4 out of 10 when I got it.
I think so. I have no reason to doubt it. Ours says 25. All right, time for the 6-month update in the lovely Arnage. As you've watched, I don't know, many videos at this point, including one where we just simply broke down.
This sucks. This sucks.
All right, so just to tally it up here on my iPhone, we were $3,500 for the wood trim, which took about 2 months. The $500 was extra because I felt bad, and also he did a great job, so I think that was worth it. The new radio head unit was $38.79 on eBay. Thank you, eBay. The repainted front bumper and fender was $900 total. That was a good deal. Originally quoted $5 grand for that in the trunk. A couple small repairs at Eli's was $412.50. A new battery from O'Reilly's, $198.64. The window regulator in the back was $249, and the center cap refinish was $150. So that brings us to $29,882.05. But we're $30,000-ish into this car, which means it's been difficult, but also think about what you could buy for 30 grand. Not a lot. And a lot of the cars you are buying for 30 grand are still gonna need like 10 grand worth of stuff. So I think we're making out great here. I'd rather have this than the Continental GT, which would be the other Bentley you could buy in this budget. But even the S-Class, et cetera, this car, it makes you feel like royalty, right? I get my Queen Elizabeth II on every time I'm in here. My kids look absolutely insane every time I drop them off at daycare.
Cars smell like poop.
My wife is perpetually embarrassed by me, and I think the car still makes her embarrassed. But it is so cool. I'm so pumped with it. So I'm gonna drive it. I wanna take it to as many valets as I can and see if I get parked up front. I wanna go on a road trip. I wanna do some cool stuff with it, but I think it's been 200 miles since the last mechanic visit, and I'm gonna try to make it about 1,000 miles. So we're 6 months in, we've done 1,800 miles. I'll see if I can bring it close to 3,000 miles here in due time now that it's in my hands. My friends say I'm crazy, but they're the ones driving a box BMW. No, I'm so pumped. This is a great car. I got nothing else.